Welcome back to the British Accent Podcast. I'm Emily, and with me as always is Nick.
Hey everyone. Glad to have you here. Today's topic is something we all relate to, daily routines. But we're putting a twist on it, how to build routines that actually help you learn English, especially now, in this super digital era.
Right? I mean, our phones are basically extensions of ourselves now. The way we interact with technology affects everything, from how we think, to how we learn, and even how often we speak English.
And the thing is, learning English isn't just about sitting down with a textbook anymore. In 2025, it's about micro moments. Those 5 minutes waiting for the bus. That 10-minute scroll on TikTok. That voice message you send a friend.
Yes. Those little windows of time that used to feel like nothing. They're actually powerful. If you build routines that take advantage of those moments, you can make real progress without feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly. So let's kick off by talking about mornings. Because how you start your day shapes everything else. What's one realistic thing someone could do in the morning to get English into their day?
One of the easiest ways. Change your phone alarm name. I had a student once who named her alarm, "Speak 2 minutes of English." So every morning when she turned it off, it was this little nudge. And guess what? She did it. Just 2 minutes of speaking out loud. About anything.
That's so smart. And it sets the tone. You're not waiting for the perfect study time, you're claiming your time right from the start. Even saying what you dreamt about, or what you're planning to do today, can be practice.
Totally. I also love the idea of replacing your social media scroll with something intentional. For example, set your Instagram or TikTok algorithm to show English content creators. You don't need to understand 100%. Just watch, absorb, and get used to how real people speak.
And honestly, English content is everywhere. You can follow cooking channels, gaming accounts, fashion bloggers, whatever you already like, just in English. That way, your practice fits naturally into your digital life.
Let's talk about midday. A lot of people feel stuck during this part. Maybe they are working, in school, commuting. What would you recommend for keeping English alive during the day?
This is where background input is gold. Podcasts, YouTube videos, audiobooks. Put them on while you're washing dishes or commuting. You don't even have to fully focus all the time, just let the language be around you.
Exactly. It's like language osmosis. And if you can sneak in one focused moment, like repeating one sentence out loud or mimicking a speaker's intonation, that's even better. But even passive exposure builds your rhythm and ear.
You know what else? Using voice notes. Especially with apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or just sending messages to yourself. You get listening and speaking practice all in one. It's weird at first, but it becomes fun.
Absolutely. It's like journaling out loud. You start to notice what grammar you struggle with, what vocab you always forget, and even your tone of voice. It's reflective learning.
Now, what about evenings? Because I feel like people either have tons of time or zero energy by then.
That's so true. If you're tired, the key is simplicity. Watch something short. Maybe a 5-minute vlog, or a scene from your favorite show in English. Or you could review one phrase you heard that day. Just one. Write it down, say it, and go to sleep with it in your mind.
And if you've got more energy? That's your window to push. Maybe try a short speaking session, a grammar drill, or even write a paragraph about your day. The key is consistency, not perfection.
Yeah. Learning English in the digital age isn't about doing more, it's about doing it smarter. You don't have to study for 3 hours a day to make progress. You just have to build English into your digital habits and routines, little by little.
That's what makes it sustainable. When your English routine feels like your normal life, you're way more likely to stick with it.
And speaking of routines that feel natural, one thing I love seeing is when learners use English while texting their friends, even if it's just a few words. Like instead of saying, "Lagi sibuk banget ni," you might try, "Super busy right now." It doesn't have to be perfect. Just real.
Right. And that's a huge mindset shift. A lot of learners think they have to wait until they are fluent to start using English daily. But it's actually the opposite. You get fluent by using English in your everyday life.
Yes. And sometimes the problem isn't motivation, it's friction. Like, if switching your phone to English makes everything confusing, then just change one app. Maybe your browser or your weather app. That small step lowers the mental barrier.
Yeah, and over time, those tiny changes build up. You'll suddenly realize, wait, I don't translate this in my head anymore. That's the moment you know your routine is working.
Also, for learners who love writing, even typing a to-do list in English can be practice. Or keeping a digital note with new words. The goal isn't to remember everything, it's to create constant contact with the language.
Exactly. And don't underestimate repetition. If you keep seeing or hearing the same phrase, like, "I'm heading out," or "What's up?" eventually it sticks without trying. That's why daily exposure matters so much more than long weekend cram sessions.
Let's touch on social media again for a second. Because some people feel guilty for spending too much time on Instagram or TikTok, but honestly, those platforms can be tools if you follow the right people. You could turn doom scrolling into language immersion.
Yeah, it's all about your feed. If your algorithm shows English content every day, you're training your ears without realizing it. Especially when creators talk fast or casually, that's gold for learning how real English flows.
And I know someone's thinking, but I don't understand native speakers. That's okay. You don't have to catch every word. Even recognizing tone, rhythm, and body language builds your comprehension.
It's like watching a show with subtitles at first, then gradually covering them up. You train your brain in layers, first with support, then more independence as you go.
Another cool habit is using reminders. You can literally schedule little English pop-ups throughout the day. Like at 1 p.m., say one sentence in English, or at 6 p.m., replay today's favorite phrase. Make your phone your study buddy.
Yes. Your digital tools shouldn't feel separate from your language journey, they should be part of it. And honestly, the more you personalize your learning, the more fun it gets.
And fun is key. If your daily routine feels like a punishment, you won't keep going. But if it feels like part of your lifestyle, like brushing your teeth or scrolling your feed, it becomes effortless.
Even music can help. Put on English songs while you're cooking or walking. Try singing along to the chorus. It's not just entertainment, it's pronunciation practice.
Totally. And if you catch even one new word from a song and use it in real life, it's a win. The goal is exposure, not perfection. So whether it's music, podcasts, memes, or texting in English, let it blend into your day.
Yeah, think of English not as a subject you study, but as a language you live with. The digital world gives us so many chances to do that, if we choose to.
And let's not forget the power of repetition in your digital space. For example, if you're using an app like Anki or Quizlet, seeing the same phrases pop up again and again helps lock them in your long-term memory. It's like spaced repetition is your digital memory assistant.
Absolutely. And even outside of flashcards, repetition happens naturally when your routine includes daily exposure. If you follow a YouTube channel that posts every day, you'll keep hearing the same structures, the same connectors, like, "So anyway," or "You know what I mean," and they'll slowly become part of your speech.
And even better, if those YouTube channels match your interests. Like if you love cooking, follow cooking channels in English. That way, you're not just learning the language, you're enjoying the content too.
That's how habits stick. When they are built around you. Your interests, your schedule, your mood. That's why no one routine works for everyone. But once you find your groove, English becomes part of the rhythm of your life.
And speaking of rhythm, have you noticed how your energy for learning changes depending on the time of day? Some people are morning learners, some are night owls. If you're trying to force yourself to study when you're mentally exhausted, it won't work. Align your English habit with your natural energy.
Exactly. If you're a night person, maybe your English habit is watching a series before bed. If you're a morning person, it might be journaling in English with your first coffee. Digital tools are flexible, they follow your rhythm, not the other way around.
And if you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. This isn't about perfection, it's about consistency over time. A missed day doesn't break the habit. What matters is coming back the next day.
Yes. That's why digital tools with streaks can help or hurt, depending on your mindset. Use them to motivate you, but don't let them shame you. Your English routine should support your growth, not punish you.
Another underrated habit is setting tiny goals. Like today, I'll learn one new phrasal verb. That's it. If you're consistent with that kind of micro goal, in a year you'll have 365 new phrases, and it won't even feel like hard work.
And remember to use what you learn. Don't just collect new vocabulary like coins. Spend them. Say them out loud. Use them in a comment. Type them in a message. That's how language becomes yours.
Exactly. We don't just want passive understanding. We want active use. That's why daily routines matter. They give you opportunities to speak, listen, read, write, and live in English every single day.
So if you're listening to this and wondering, what should I start doing today? Just pick one thing. One habit. One moment in your daily life where English could gently fit in.
And once that one thing feels natural, add another. That's how routines grow. Not by forcing everything all at once, but by layering small actions until they become part of who you are.
You know what also helps? Tracking your routine, not to pressure yourself, but to notice patterns. When do you feel most focused? Which apps or methods do you actually stick with? Sometimes, you think something works, but the data tells you otherwise.
Exactly. Like maybe you think watching an hour-long video every day is helping, but if you keep zoning out halfway through, maybe shorter clips work better for you. When you track how you feel during your learning time, not just what you did, you start optimizing your routine around your real life, not some ideal version of it.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Switch between tools, platforms, or even types of input. Try doing your vocabulary review while walking, or shadowing while cooking. Your daily English habit doesn't have to be confined to a desk and a notebook.
That's one of the biggest advantages of this digital era. You can move around with your English. It can follow you wherever you go. You can literally create an English world around you with your phone, your smartwatch, your laptop, your headphones.
And it can be quiet or loud, visual or audio-based, structured or spontaneous. The digital era gives you the freedom to design your own language environment. You're not limited to textbooks anymore, you can live the language.
And what's even more powerful is when that routine starts shifting your identity. You're not just someone studying English anymore, you're someone who lives in English. Even just a little. Every day. That mindset shift is huge.
Yeah. Like, when you start thinking, I'm the kind of person who listens to English podcasts during my commute, or I always journal in English before bed, that's identity-based learning. The habit is no longer something you do, it becomes part of who you are.
And that's when the magic happens. When you're not trying to force English into your day, it just belongs there. That's the ultimate goal. Not fluency in a year. Not mastering 10,000 words. Just having English feel like a natural part of your world.
And even better if it becomes a part of your joy, not just your duty. You look forward to reading your English webtoon or replying to a friend's message in English. Your daily routine becomes a source of comfort, not pressure.
Yes. Because the best kind of routine is the one that feeds you. Not drains you. Not burns you out. And in this digital era, where content is everywhere, you get to choose what fills your English world. So fill it with things you love, things that motivate you, and things that move you forward, even just a little. Every day.
And you know, even small changes in your daily digital behavior can create a ripple effect. Like switching your phone system language to English. It's a one-time change, but it puts you in contact with English all day, every day, without any extra effort.
Right, or following English-speaking influencers whose content aligns with your interests, like fashion, tech, gaming, cooking, whatever makes you naturally want to listen and engage. That way, English doesn't feel like homework. It feels like fun.
And if you already spend a lot of time on apps like Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, you can actually make your feed your classroom. Hit like on English content, comment in English, even if it's just a short sentence. That interaction creates mental habits.
Yeah, your algorithm starts working for you. Suddenly your feed is full of mini lessons, native expressions, and even memes that stretch your comprehension. You're still relaxing, still scrolling, but now it's also reinforcing your English.
And here's something people often overlook, just observing how native speakers use English casually in the comment sections, captions, or even replies can teach you way more than a grammar book. You'll pick up tone, slang, nuance.
Like seeing someone comment, "I'm dead," with a bunch of laughing emojis under a meme, and realizing it means, "That's hilarious, not an actual death." Those are the little things textbooks miss, but they are so important for real communication.
Totally. And one more thing, repetition. You might see the same phrase 10 times before you really understand it. And that's okay. The digital era makes repetition natural. You'll hear the same slang in reels, vlogs, interviews, and songs.
So don't skip content you've seen before. Sometimes rewatching the same short video in English over and over is exactly what your brain needs to internalize the rhythm and meaning. It's like training your ears without even realizing it.
Exactly. And if something clicks, like a phrase or an accent, rewind it. Replay it. Mimic it. Make it part of your routine to actively enjoy those moments. Because when English learning feels like entertainment, that's when you really start to stick with it.
And we're lucky, really. Previous generations didn't have access to 24/7 English like we do. So if you're living in a non-English speaking country, this digital immersion can be your biggest advantage. You just have to build it into your daily rhythm.
And that rhythm doesn't have to be complicated. It can look like, wake up, watch a 5-minute English video while brushing your teeth, listen to a podcast on your way to work or school, check your social media in English during breaks, write a short journal entry before bed, just little touch points throughout the day.
Exactly. And even more powerful is keeping one consistent anchor habit. Like always starting your morning with 5 minutes of shadowing an English video, or always ending your day by reading a page of an English book or article. That one habit, if repeated daily, becomes your non-negotiable.
It's like building a foundation. Because once one English habit is part of your life, it becomes easier to add more. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need something to stick.
And let's be honest, life gets busy. Some days you won't feel like doing anything. That's why your habits should be flexible. If you miss your 30-minute study session, you can still do a quick 3-minute shadowing practice, or listen to a podcast while doing chores.
That's real-life learning. It's not about being perfect. It's about always keeping English present in your world, even if it's in the background. Your brain is listening. It's picking things up. It's processing more than you think.
Yeah, and when you stack these small habits over time, something magical happens. Your listening improves without you noticing. You understand phrases you've never studied. You start thinking in English without trying. That's the digital era advantage.
The trick is not to rely on motivation but to build systems. Because motivation comes and goes, but habits, they stay. Even when you're tired. Even when you're busy. And that's what gets you fluent.
So if you're listening to this and wondering, where do I even begin? Just start small. One habit. One touch point. One consistent action in your daily routine that makes English a natural part of your life. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present.
And remember, learning English in a digital era means you're surrounded by opportunities. YouTube, TikTok, podcasts, audiobooks, apps, you're not limited anymore. But the real magic happens when you turn those tools into habits, and those habits into progress.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today. We hope this episode helped you reflect on how your daily routine can work with you, not against you. Keep showing up, keep it simple, and trust that every small step adds up.
We believe in your journey. Stay curious, stay consistent, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.